Hello, this is Jessica Fox from Florida Virtual Bookkeeper, and today I want to talk to you about a subject that is in a lot of business owners' minds right now, given the disruptions, the growing business interruptions being caused by the coronavirus pandemic. How your business will be affected will vary depending on a lot of factors, including your location, your industry, what type of mode do you operate? Are you virtual? Are you brick and mortar? Do you rely on a supply chain? So all I can do is give you some tips in general that you can use of things to consider and things that you can then apply to the specific situation of your business to help you weather this storm. One of the things that it's on a lot of business owners' minds right now is, could I lose my clients over this? And depending on the industry that you're in, it's possible. So I encourage you to take a moment to step out of the fear and think logically. Let's think rationally, and let's think potential scenarios. If things continue the way they are, with the way that you're running your business right now, will you be able to continue serving customers the way that you have been? Or is your business being interrupted because you're being forced to close or any other reason? Evaluate your risk and then think about potential alternatives. One of the things that you can do, and I can encourage you, is check your insurance coverage to see if you have business interruption insurance and see what the coverage is. Not all policies will cover interruptions from this, but it's possible. So you want to make sure that you understand what your options are. If your business is indeed going to be directly affected or is already being directly affected, start thinking of alternatives or things that you can tweak to help your business survive and to help keep money growing. You may want to look into alternative sources of revenue, or you may want to modify the products and services that you sell or the way that you deliver them. So for example, if you are a restaurant in an area that is being ordered to go into lockdown, maybe you can still offer a takeout or delivery service. Or if you are a type of business like a retail store that is not allowed to open and your supply chain may be disrupted. I know some e-commerce sellers right now are having trouble getting stock to sell. Perhaps you can run some promotions to sell some gift cards just to keep some cash coming into your business and make sure that these customers will remember you and come back and shop with you once this dust settles and we pass this crisis. In the meantime, while you're thinking about potential scenarios, I also want to make sure that you take a look at your current situation. Look at your cash reserves. Make sure that you're looking at all of your assets. Look at their liquidity, meaning how quickly can you convert this into money if necessary. And then also look at your cash flow. How has your money been flowing so far? How do you expect it to keep on flowing? And this will require some forecasting, creating some scenarios. Think of a couple different scenarios of how things could play out. And this is a time to be very frank and play what if and worst case scenario, just so that you can be able to make informed decisions going forward. In order for you to be able to do this, you will need to have a good set of books. So I do recommend that you work with your bookkeeper, your accountant, if you have one. They can also help run these cash flow scenarios for you. And then I also encourage you, while you're looking at your finances, evaluate your current expenditures and identify anything that isn't truly essential, anything that you do not need to have to keep your doors open. For example, any subscriptions for softwares that you haven't really been using, or any advertising that you've been paying for that hasn't really been generating results. It could be anything. So definitely look at your statements and identify, if you needed to trim, what are the things that you can start trimming without affecting your service delivery and you're being able to properly operate your business. You want to be thinking both short-term and long-term. Right now, it looks like these disruptions are only for a couple of weeks, but it could extend into a couple of months. Even if all of the restrictions are lifted in a month or two, the economic effects will have a ripple effect, and it will take some time for the economy to recover. So I want you to be aware of that so that you can be proactive and not reactive in being able to adapt and take advantage and keep your business afloat, keep food on your table, keep your lights on. At this stage, we cannot really count on the government. While the politicians and the media has shared all of these ideas of potential things that they can do, that they are thinking about doing to help businesses, nothing is really official. And there's still a lot of time for things to change. So while in the meantime, we can hope that the government will do something to help small businesses. As of right now, I encourage you to plan under the assumption that there is no help. And that way, if there is, it will be a pleasant surprise. It will be a weight off your shoulder. But that way, you will not be disappointed if government takes too long to implement policies or they change their mind and do something different than what you were expecting. As of right now, the Small Business Association, the SBA, has a loan program that is available to business owners in areas where there has been a disaster declaration made. Maybe you are eligible for that, and maybe it is a good solution for you. But you always want to leave credit as a last resort. If you already have a line of credit or a business credit card, this is a good time to make sure that you keep them open and available to help you weather any temporary disruptions. You just want to make sure that you do not rely on carrying your full overhead and administrative expenses on credit, because it could give you trouble later on trying to pay that back if the recovery is not as fast as we want it to be. In the meantime, there are things that you can do to keep yourself being productive and be able to be ready to hit things full steam once things go back to normal. Definitely, this is a good time to evaluate your marketing strategy. What's working, what's not, what needs to change. If you find yourself with events being canceled, customers are not coming in, prospects are drying up, you will have a lot of time that you can use to work on your business to make things better. I encourage you to keep the communication lines open with your customers. If you have a mailing list or social media, you can do live videos to keep that connection, nurture it. They'll remember that. You can also be taking this time to write content, organize your admin, and if you have been neglecting your bookkeeping and you find yourself in some time, maybe now is the time to get caught up and get your receipts and everything organized. But still, you want to make sure that you are working towards the longer term. Don't waste this time feeling sorry for yourself or binge watching Netflix, because that's not going to be very beneficial for your business. And I'm not against Netflix. I just want to make sure that you have some balance. So do some work in your business, then reward yourself with some binging. Learn, read, take courses. There may have been courses that you may have purchased and then got too busy to finish. There may have been books that you purchased and they have been collecting dust in your nightstand. This is an opportunity for us to have a good foundation put into place to help your business weather this disruption and come out ahead. I hope that this is helpful. I encourage you to tell me in the comments any other ideas that you have that I missed that you think will be helpful to others. We are all in this together, and I hope that you stay healthy, and I'll see you with growing your business very soon. Have a good one.